All right, let's get right into it. If you've ever been on the job hunt online, you know this feeling. You find that perfect role, but to really get your foot in the door, you need a referral. And that usually means you have to ask a complete stranger for a huge, maybe even career-changing favor. The pressure's on, right? The words you choose in that moment could literally make all the difference. And just take a look at this. This is a real post from a professional online community. It's from someone who's just been laid off, they're on a visa, and you can just feel how overwhelmed they are. They're putting it all out there, asking for help. I mean, this is a perfect example of just how high stakes this kind of communication can be. And here is the cold, hard truth. Researchers looked at thousands of these kinds of posts and found that 54% of them, more than half, get 0 referral offers. Nothing. It's basically a coin flip, and the odds are just slightly against you. So it makes you wonder, could you write a better request? And what if technology could actually help you do it? So this brings us to a really fascinating idea that some researchers explored. What if you could build an AI coach, something to help job seekers write these requests way more effectively? And, the first thought is pretty straightforward. Let's just use a large language model, the kind of thing that powers ChatGPT to just improve the messages. So here's how they first set it up. It's pretty simple. First, you write your draft. Then an AI they called the improver rewrites it to sound more persuasive. And finally, a second AI, the evaluator, scores both your original and the new version to see if it's actually any better. This evaluator AI was trained on thousands of real posts, so it got pretty good at predicting whether a post would get a referral. Seems simple enough, right? Well, not so fast. Because when the researchers actually tested this system, they found something surprising, a really critical flaw. It turns out this simple AI coach wasn't the magic bullet they thought it would be. And this is the real kicker. For people whose original requests weren't that great, the AI was a huge help, no question. But, and this is a huge but, for people who are already pretty good writers, the AI took their perfectly strong requests and actually made them worse. It was lowering their chances of success. So the AI was this weird double-edged sword. And this chart shows the problem so clearly. Okay, along the bottom, you have the quality of the original request. And up the side, that's the quality after the AI revised it. That dotted line in the middle, that's the break-even point. Now look at that purple curve. See how it starts high, helping the weak requests? But then it actually dips below the line for the stronger ones. That dip is the AI actively making good writing worse. So what do you do? How do you fix an AI that's trying to help but is just getting in the way? Well, the researchers came up with a really elegant, almost common sense solution. They decided to give the AI a cheat sheet. Instead of just telling it to write better, they decided to show it what better actually looks like. And this slide shows you exactly how they did it. On the left, that's the old, flawed system. On the right is the new, smarter one. And you can see the key difference right there, this new step called the retriever. Now, before the AI even tries to rewrite your draft, the retriever goes and finds the best, most relevant examples from a whole library of successful requests for the AI to learn from. Now, this technique has a name. You might have heard of it. It's called Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG, and it's a total game changer. Honestly, the easiest way to think about it is like the difference between a closed book test and an open book test. The first AI was just guessing from memory. This new RAG-powered AI, it gets to study the answer key right before it starts writing. So this is the big question, right? Did it actually work? Did giving the AI this cheat sheet of great examples solve that massive problem of it accidentally hurting the skilled writers? And this just shows the answer perfectly. Look, on the left, that's the old AI, with the purple line dipping down into negative territory. But on the right, that's the new RAG system. Look at that orange line. Not only does it give a bigger boost to the weaker requests, but for the stronger ones, it stays right on or even just above the line. It learned when to help and, just as important, it learned when to stay out of the way. The numbers here tell the exact same story, maybe even more clearly. With that basic AI, weaker requests got about an 8.6% boost, but the stronger ones got knocked down by 5.7%. Now look at the RAG system. The boost for weaker requests jumps up to 14%, and that negative hit to the strong ones, it's completely gone. That fatal flaw was fixed. And the researchers themselves really summed it up perfectly in their paper with this quote. I mean, this is the holy grail, right? You make things better for people who need the help without making things worse for those who are already doing well. And that's exactly what this new AI coach did. So let's zoom out for a second. what does all of this really mean for us? We're looking at the potential for AI not just as a tool, but as a kind of equalizer, something that could help bridge the gap for people who, for whatever reason, struggle with these really specific high-stakes moments. Now, we have to be clear, this is a proof of concept. It's an early step. The next steps are absolutely critical. They need to test this with real humans making the decisions. They need to see what happens if everyone on a platform starts using an AI coach. And probably most important, they need to track if these better requests actually lead to more real-world referrals and, jobs. But the big takeaway here is really powerful. This isn't about an AI replacing how we write. It's about AI acting as a personal coach, something that can give everyone access to guidance that helps level the playing field, especially when the stakes are so high. It's about democratizing the skills of persuasive communication. And that really leaves us with one final big thought. If an AI coach can help someone write a better request to a stranger to land a job, what's next? Asking for a raise? Negotiating a contract? Trying to give somebody difficult but necessary feedback? What other challenging conversations could this kind of technology help all of us navigate just a little bit better?